4-0 to the death, yeah, he said it. Baltimore, Bodymore, what's the difference? Sipping new bottles like I'm Patrick Brewing. Get into it, time to be your favorite nuisance. Stone Cold. When
Welcome back to another illustrious episode of Baltimore's #1 alcohol review show. We might have slipped in the rankings a little bit in Maryland. Not Maryland's #1 review show right now. We've been off for a little bit. So maybe, I think we had about Maryland's #3 alcohol review show, maybe. We'll be back at #1 next week. Don't worry about that. But been gone for a little minute. I seen y'all been getting busy in my absence. So I had to come back and restore the feeling. Y'all been asking for it. So I'm pretty sure y'all know what time it is. Had to come back. Y'all got fat while I starved. So I'm pretty sure y'all already seen the title. Y'all know what this episode's about. So y'all know what we here to do. We don't come here to lollygag. Let's get straight into the body bag. I ain't even going to waste y'all time today. I ain't going to save it to the end. Main events up first. So, pretty sure by now y'all all seen the press releases and everything. I'm not about to go through everything and tell you the whole backstory or who she got working and all that type of stuff. But y'all know by now Beyonce and dropped the whiskey. Now, let me give my thoughts on this whiskey first and foremost. A lot of people probably think that it's like a cash grab, and I mean, it might be a little bit, but at this point, Beyonce gotta be, she a billionaire, right? So how much cash grabs do she gotta do? You know, so I mean, I know that the age-old question, how much money is too much money? It's never enough. Get your money. I'm all for it. But at this point, Beyonce done had her own businesses before. I mean, you know, the clothing lines, the Ivy Park and all that. So she knows that she has a core fan base that's gonna go out and support whatever she put her name on. But at the end of the day, the brands ain't really last too long. They ain't really do too good. I think that second year or whatever, third year, forever, like they start off strong, but they kind of tail off at the end. So she knows now that the businesses might not work out. So what I'm thinking is she gonna create a business or put her name on something that she's really passionate about, something that she really cares a lot about, something that she likes. So we know that Beyonce likes to drink whiskey. She usually drinks, I think, the Japanese whiskeys. But with this venture, she got a master blender or distiller. I think it's a distiller that worked for 2 different Scotch companies. And Scotch and Japanese whiskey is basically made the same way. One's just made in Japan. So they worked for Ardbeg and Glenmorangie. I think that's how you pronounce it. But that's what she got to distill her liquor. It's a raw whiskey aged in sherry cask. That's about as far as I'm going to tell you before I pull out the bottle. Because you can go and read the press release. I'm pretty sure you already read the press release. If not, I'm pretty sure my man Bourbon Enthusiasm also has article up on Uprocks of it. I'm going to put the link in the description or whatever so y'all can check that out. But without further ado, we got the Sir Davis. Y'all know it's named after a grandfather, great-grandfather who was moonshiner and all that extra stuff. It's in the press release. Go read it yourself. But we got the Sir Davis here. Raw whiskey aged in sherry cask. 44% alcohol by volume. That's 88 proof. It's a little low for my liking, but I'm pretty sure that Beyonce made it, or she requested it, or she was in the tasting and agreed on this proof. It's a lower proof. It'll be easier to make cocktails with, I think. So that's probably where she's trying to go with her fan base. You know, they might not be whiskey drinkers, but they might like a nice cocktail and they're going to go buy it. So if they're not going to drink it straight, they probably going to mix it with something, make it a little bit lower proof, can make a nice cocktail with it probably. That's just my guess. But as well, like Beyonce married to Jay-Z, she knows about the alcoholic beverage industry. I mean, he had the Armadale, he did say the Ace of Spades. So I'm pretty sure that when she went into it to make something that she wanted to drink. And they already got the cognac crowd with the say. They got the champagne, the upper echelon champagne with the Ace of Spades. Now they got a whiskey. So let's go ahead and see what this let's see what it say on the back. We always read the back. Rye whiskey aged in sherry cask, 4 generations after Davis Hogue made whiskey on his land. His legacy is honored. Here, the complexity of rye is married with the elegance of malted barley. Finished to perfection in sherry cask, a harmony of spice with sublime hints of fruit. Nothing like it, nothing ever before it. Reimagined whiskey. Spin rye whiskey's aged in sherry cask, so I'm pretty sure it's not nothing like it ever before. You can't say that. Let's be honest here. So we're gonna get ourselves a pour. And you can see the color there. It's a little dark. Probably because it's been aged in that I don't know how long it's been aged. I know it's been aged in Texas, but I think some of that color probably comes from that sherry cask. You know? It kind of smells like a cognac to me. You can get that fruitiness. I want to say like an orange kind of. Uh, the ethanol levels of it makes it smell like it's higher proof than it is. Yeah, that's all I'm getting is like a sweet cognac type of aroma, citrus. No, it's rye, so it's probably that I'm saying ethanol is probably that spice that I'm smelling that's burning my nose. A little bit of breadiness as well, like a bakery. Anyway, let's go for the taste test. Cheers. It's a lot going on in that glass. I get some of the vanilla first, bacon spices like it's a little spicy. That's that rye. That malted barley kind of comes through because it's got that scotch kind of like a scotch base a little bit. If you drink scotch, you know what I'm talking about. Kind of tastes like scotch a little bit, but it's got that rye spiciness. It's got some bacon spices. I want to say like kind of like it's not cinnamon, but like a nutmeg maybe, and a little bit of that citrus orange, like the orange, the pale kind of. Yeah, I think it's a quality product though. Price point was $90, so you probably see it between 90 and maybe 120, 130. You know, them stores try to tax a little bit. Might go up was a 150, but I wouldn't pay that over $100 for that. I think it probably would make it a nice mixing well in a cocktail, but I'll probably buy. After I buy this one, I'll probably buy another one. But more so, I think this bottle for whiskey drinkers is more so want to be like a conversation piece, like just something to have, just to have the bottle. People come over, they can see it, they want to try. I think it's gonna be more of that than something like a go-to bottle for whiskey drinkers. It'll work for Beyonce's crowd. They'll go out and buy it up. So, but they probably gonna make mixed drinks with it. They're not gonna really do too much drinking it straight. They might. I mean, cognac drinkers. They might. That might be what it is as well. It might be to get the cognac, the Beyonce cognac crowd away from the Douce to the Sir Davis. Maybe. Who knows? But it's a solid drink. I'll give it a. I'm gonna give it a solid 3. 3 body bags on the body more bottle scale. 3 out of 5. Now, since the distiller worked in Scotch, he worked at Ardbeg, he worked at Glenmorangie, and I think that's how you pronounce it, Glenmorangie, whatever. I got a bottle here of the original Holland single malt Scotch, Glenmorangie. That's what we're going to call it. There's a lot of stuff on the back of this box. I'm not about to read it, but this one is aged 10 years. Big bottle, too. It's a liter. It's got to be more than a fifth. Yeah, it's a liter. Big bottle of the 10-year Holland single malt whiskey. Perfected by the 16 men of the Tame. I have no idea what that means. Glenmorangie Original balances honeyed sweetness with notes of citrus, almonds, and creamy vanilla for a rounded complexity and enticing smoothness. And year after year, experts have honored our whiskey with a host of prestigious awards. Evidently, that Sir Davis was anonymously entered into the a few award competitions and won, like in 2023, I think, or 2022, something like that. Won a lot of awards. So, I mean, that's what they say. I told you what I think about it. You can try it out for yourself. I would suggest you, if you find it for that $95, like I said, I wouldn't pay over $100 to have a bottle. But at $90, if I buy that one, I might buy another one, but it's not gonna be no everyday drinker. It's not gonna be something it might just be something that can't decide what you want to drink. Oh, I do got this Sir. Let me grab this Sir Davis. So let me get a pour of that. Maybe let me make a mixed drink with it. Something of that nature. But let's get ourselves a pour of this Glenmorangie. I need somebody Scottish to tell me how to pronounce that properly. So, as we can see there, this one is lighter in color. It's kind of like a straw. Nah, it's a little bit darker than straw, like hay, I guess. Let's get a little creative with the colors. A little bale of hay right here. We do have like might be the power of suggestion because I read the back and it said honey sweetness. Do got like a honey aroma. I want to say a little bit of citrus in there. but mainly just Scotch. That's kind of funny. It's like saying the orange smell like an orange, you know. Anyway, it's going for the taste test. Cheers. Now I don't know if the distiller that Beyonce got was involved in this, but this way he used to work. This what they pumping out. 10 years. Pause on pumping out, but 10 years age. That's going for taste test. Cheers. Know a lot of people don't like using the word smooth. They like use the word balanced and all that other stuff. Nah, that's smooth. Goes down real smooth. I don't even know how to describe that flavor. It's something different than I'm used to. It's not bad, but I guess it's just Scotch. I gotta kind of divulge a little bit more in the Scotches, but I don't even know how to describe the flavor of it. I said it's not bad. It's not my favorite either, but I'm gonna give that a 2.5. 2.5 body bags on a body more bottle scale for the Glenmorangie. Yeah, I like the Sir Davis better than that. And our last drink that we're gonna have today, I tried to find another. I tried to do a Scotch. I actually had the Scotch that that company that the guy worked at, the distiller worked at. I was going to try to bring in another rye whiskey aged in sherry cask as well. I couldn't find one on such short notice, but what I did find was the Noble Oak Double Oak Rye Whiskey aged in oak rye whiskey finished with port wine oak staves. So kind of like they aged it in port wine barrels. They just cut the barrel up and threw it in the barrel they was already aging this rye whiskey. And I saw a few bourbons aged in sherry cask, but I feel as though a bourbon in rye difference is like way more separate than a sherry and a port. You feel me? Kinda, a little bit, allegedly. I don't know what I'm talking about. But anyway, yeah, the difference between a bourbon and a rye is way more noticeable, I would think, than the difference between a sherry and a port to me. So I went with a rye aged. Let's see what it say on the back. Most of Noble Oak's character comes from the wood. Pause. And with this release, we elegantly marry two of the world's most coveted cast types. First, time-honored methods are used to rest Noble Oak in charred new American white oak barrels. Then, through the proprietary finishing process, we add complexity by using excuse me port wine oak staves. This is the same wood used to craft the world's most sought after wines. The result is totally unique and is elegantly balanced and bold. Notes of fig, toffee, almonds, and allspice pervade. Maybe that's what I was tasting instead of the nutmeg. Maybe it was allspice. Regardless, we won't see if this Noble Oak resembles that Sir Davis. I'm gonna find one of them ryes aged in sherry cask and we're gonna see how they compare to the Sir Davis as well. I think I'm gonna get a nice little collection of episodes off this Sir Davis. We're gonna make the best of it. We're gonna body this bottle, of course. But let's get back to this Noble Oak. Let's get back to this mic on my arm. Let's get back to this Noble Oak in my glass. You can see that nice dark color. More of the rye whiskey aromas, like like that bakery bread that I always get from rye whiskeys. I'm getting that aroma. Say on the back, fig and almond. I don't eat figs or almonds, so I don't know what they smell like or taste like. Toffee, I don't get that. I'm just getting like that breadiness of that rye whiskey, spice. And that's about it. It's something else in there, but I can't put my finger on it. Pause. Anyway, cheers. This is 48% alcohol by volume. What's that? 96 proof. A little closer to my proof point that I like. I like it at 100 usually, but anything over 95 works for me. Tastes pretty good. The flavor kind of tempers off a little bit too quick for me. I mean, it's like you drink it, you get some of that flavor up front, but then it dissipates real quick, and then it's just like a real light coat of flavoring on your tongue. Pause. All right. So on the taste, I get like some spiciness, like pepper. I guess it's that allspice. Uh, some of that citrus, like the pale again. Like if you ever see when they put the orange to the cheese grater and the little zest come off, whatever. That's kind of the citrus flavor you get. That's about it. It's not bad. I think this was only like maybe like $35 or $40, something like somewhere in that range. Nice finish, pause. So I'd buy it again at that price point. But again, it's not something that I would go to every day. I give that a nice 2.75. 2.75 body bags out of 5. But if you add that price point in there, it might get bumped up to a 3. So between that and the Sir Davis, I'd probably pick that first just because of the price point. But if you can get 2 bottles of one for one price of one bottle of the other one, that's the frugal side. If you're just going somewhere and you want to be fancy and show people that I got this bottle, then go ahead and get the Sir Davis. But anyway, the Sir Davis is good. I'd buy it at $90. I wouldn't buy it for over $100 because it's so like when you get at $100 and up, there's so many other bottles of whiskey that's way better. There's a lot of bottles of whiskey that's way better for cheaper. Matter of fact, if y'all want to see other bottles of whiskey at cheaper or around the same price point than the Sir Davis, let me know in the comments. If not, don't worry about it. I'm gonna give y'all some more Sir Davis content because I got a whole bottle here, and I gotta make the best of it. So you'll see that bottle again. We're gonna make some mixed drinks out of it. It's been another episode of Buy More Bottles, and y'all know what I'm here to tell y'all. Be safe, but stay dangerous. Drink responsibly. That's what it is. And most importantly of all, buy them bottles. Peace.
Be professional.
We don't talk. We do what we do.
Y'all just talking street stuff.
We don't talk. We do what we do.